All right, let's dive into something that sounds, well, completely impossible. We're going to talk about countries that have figured out how to survive and even thrive without one of the most basic building blocks of life.
I want you to really, just for a second, try to picture that. Your entire country, a whole nation, without a single river flowing through it.
I mean, absolutely nothing. No streams, no creeks, not even a tiny brook. Just a landscape completely missing those natural arteries of water. It sounds like a deal breaker for civilization, but for millions of people, it's just home. And get this, we're not just talking about some tiny remote islands, though, yeah, the Maldives is on the list. We're talking about major, powerful countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the UAE, places that somehow exist and prosper under this exact condition. So the first most obvious question is, how? How is that even possible geographically? Let's break down why some places just can't form rivers to begin with.
Well, it pretty much all comes down to something called the desert effect. Think of it as this brutal 1-2 punch from Mother Nature. First, you get almost no rain. And second, the heat is so intense that any little bit of rain that does fall, just poof, it evaporates right back into the air before it ever has a chance to group up.
To really get why they're missing, it helps to flip the question around. What does it actually take to make a river in the first place? This analogy makes it so simple. Picture a river like it's a road for water. Well, for that road to actually be used, it needs fuel, right? And for a river, that fuel is rain. So what happens when there's no fuel? You don't get a functioning road. It's that straightforward. No rain means no river. Okay, so nature basically dealt these countries an impossible hand. But this is where the story gets really, really interesting, because you'd expect these places to be barren wastelands, but that's not what happened at all. And this is the mind-blowing part. Even though they're missing the most fundamental resource for life, many of these nations are hubs of incredible wealth. I mean, just picture the glittering, futuristic skylines of Dubai or Doha. Which brings us to the central mystery here. If nature isn't giving them any water, and they clearly have it, where in the world is it all coming from? How are they building these massive cities against all natural odds? The answer is incredible. It's not about finding water, it's about making it. This is where you see human ingenuity on a scale that is just staggering. The key, the miracle technology that makes all of this possible, boils down to one powerful word: desalination. This is the absolute cornerstone of their survival. So what exactly is it? Well, imagine a gigantic factory on the coast. It sucks in massive amounts of ocean water and uses a ton of energy to literally force the salt and all the other minerals out. It's a brute force approach, and it takes a mind-boggling amount of power. But what comes out the other side is pure, fresh, drinkable water. Now, desalination is definitely the star of the show, but it's part of a whole survival toolkit. They also import water. Yep, they ship it in like any other resource. And crucially, they have some of the most advanced water recycling systems on the planet. I mean, they reuse every single drop possible. They've essentially built their own water cycle from scratch. And this comparison just says it all. Look at this. On one side, you've got the natural state. Scarcity, uncertainty, totally dependent on the whims of the climate. And on the other, the engineered state. Security, independence, and the potential for unbelievable growth. They have literally engineered their way out of a geographic dead end. So when you really step back and look at the whole picture, this becomes a story about so much more than just geography. It's just an amazing testament to what people can do when faced with a true existential challenge. This right here is the heart of it. Nature didn't give them the tools they needed. They looked around, saw a critical piece of the puzzle was missing, and instead of giving up, they just decided to build it themselves. They engineered their own prosperity. And that's really the big takeaway. This story isn't about what's missing from the land. It's about what was created by the human mind. It's about the shift from being a victim of geography to being an architect of your own environment. Which leaves us with one last really interesting question for you to think about. Knowing all this, knowing that survival and even a life of luxury are possible through sheer engineering, would you choose to live in a place where every single drop of water you drink is a manufactured product? It's a powerful thought, isn't it?